Listen very carefully right now, because what I'm about to tell you is not normal Warriors news. This is not just another rumor. This is not just another sources say situation. Something feels different. Something feels heavy. Something feels like the ground is shaking under the Golden State Warriors organization. And for the first time in a very long time, fans around the world are asking a question they never thought they would ask. Are the Warriors losing control? For years, this franchise was the gold standard. Stability, culture, championships, trust, a front office that always seemed 2 steps ahead of everyone else. But now, the whispers are getting louder, the silence is getting more uncomfortable, and the decisions being discussed behind closed doors are starting to scare even the most loyal Warriors fans. Because when you hear words like front office tension, internal disagreement, and uncertain future, and those words are being connected to the Golden State Warriors, you know something big is happening. And at the center of it all is Stephen Curry. Yes, that's Stephen Curry, the face of the franchise, the man who changed basketball forever, the player that this entire dynasty was built around. And now, suddenly, his future is part of the conversation. Not publicly, not officially, but quietly, carefully, behind the scenes. And that's what makes this situation so dangerous. Because the most explosive NBA stories don't start with headlines. They start with silence. Let me explain. Over the last stretch of time, there's been a strange shift in how the Warriors are moving. The energy feels different. Decisions feel delayed. Messages feel mixed. One side of the organization wants to push all the chips in, go all in, no matter the cost. Another side wants to slow down, protect the future, and avoid making a desperate move that could destroy the franchise 5 years from now. And guess what happens when a front office stops agreeing? Chaos. This is not about one bad season. This is not about one bad loss. This is about identity, direction, and the terrifying question every dynasty eventually faces. When is it time to change? This is not about one bad season. This is not about one bad loss. This is about identity, direction, and the terrifying question every dynasty eventually faces. When is it time to change? Inside that front office, there are debates happening right now that would shock fans if they ever became public. Some voices believe the window is still open, not just open, but wide open, if the right superstar arrives. Others believe the window is cracked, fragile, and one reckless trade away from shattering completely. And right in the middle of that argument stands Stephen Curry. Because here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Stephen Curry is still elite, still dangerous, still capable of carrying a team on any given night. But time is undefeated. And the Warriors know that every season matters now more than ever. So the question isn't whether Curry can still lead a championship team. The question is, can the Warriors build that team fast enough? This is where the mega trade rumors come in. Behind the scenes, names are being discussed. Big names, franchise-changing names, players that would instantly shift the balance of power in the NBA if they put on a Warriors jersey. And the price for those players? It's not small, it's not comfortable, it's not safe. We're talking about core pieces, young assets, draft capital, depth, flexibility, everything. And this is where the front office chaos explodes. Because some decision makers believe that wasting even one more prime Curry season is unacceptable. They believe that if there is even a chance to land another superstar, you take it, no matter how painful it is. Others are terrified that one wrong move could leave Curry surrounded by nothing, terrified that selling the future could lead to years of irrelevance once this era ends, terrified of becoming the cautionary tale every dynasty fears becoming. And Curry himself? That's the most sensitive part of this entire situation. Because Stephen Curry has never been the kind of superstar who demands trades. He doesn't issue ultimatums. He doesn't call press conferences. He doesn't throw teammates under the bus. But silence speaks too, and when a superstar of his level starts watching instead of talking, when he starts observing instead of leading the message, it sends a signal that he's paying attention, a signal that he knows time is running, a signal that he wants clarity, and clarity is exactly what the Warriors are struggling to provide right now. One group wants a proven superstar, someone who can instantly take pressure off Curry and dominate late in playoff games, someone who can score, defend, and carry stretches when Curry sits, a name that makes other teams nervous the second they see the schedule. Another group wants a younger star, someone who could bridge the present and the future, someone who could learn from Curry now and eventually take the keys when this era ends. And that disagreement alone is enough to stall everything. Because if you chase the proven superstar, you risk everything: contracts, chemistry, depth. But if you hesitate, you might miss the window entirely. This is the nightmare scenario for a front office, and the fans. They're caught in the middle. Some fans want the all-in move. They want fireworks. They want another parade. They don't care about 5 years from now. They want to maximize Curry while he's still special. Other fans are exhausted by the idea of desperation. They don't want to watch the Warriors mortgage everything just to lose in the second round anyway. Both sides are loud. Both sides are emotional. And both sides are watching every move the front office makes. Now imagine being Stephen Curry and seeing all of this. Imagine carrying a franchise for over a decade, delivering championships, changing the game, and now, at this stage of your career, you're watching the organization debate whether to push forward or pull back. That's not a comfortable position for any superstar. And here's the part that should really make fans nervous. When a front office starts leaking uncertainty, rival teams notice. They start calling. They start asking questions. They start testing boundaries. They start wondering, what if? What if the Warriors hesitate too long? What if internal conflict slows everything down? What if Curry starts quietly questioning whether this team can still compete at the highest level? Nobody is saying Curry wants out. Nobody is saying he's unhappy. But in the NBA, you don't wait until things explode. You read the temperature, and right now, the temperature is rising. This is why the next move the Warriors make is everything. And right now, reassurance is hard to find. And when it happens, trust me, nobody will see it coming.